What's up, investors? It's Mike from MJF Invest. Today's video is going to be about Lucid Motors. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. You need to do all your own research. It's ultimately your decision whether you want to buy any of the stocks I talk about on this channel. I want you to feel comfortable to come to this channel to do part of your DD. But you should be making all the choices on your own. CCIV, it's Churchill Capital. The CEO is Michael Klein. We've talked about some of the other SPACs like UTS and Multiplan on this channel before. This is the same company or the same special purpose acquisition company, Churchill Capital. There's a rumor floating around that they could be merging with Lucid Motors. So this video is going to be about Lucid Motors. If you want to buy CCIV, I mean, take a look at this chart here. January 8th, they were trading way down here, the $8, $9, $10 range. Based off of an article from Bloomberg about a possible merger with Lucid Motors, the stock is shot all the way up here to $18. So keep in mind, if this merger does not go through, and by no means am I saying it's going through, I'm more talking about once the definitive agreement is out there and once this is official, is back. I wanted to put Lucid Motors on your radar. This is one of the better private companies out there. In my opinion, this is one of the best EV companies there is. Some people call it the Tesla killer. I wouldn't call it that by any stretch. I'm a huge Tesla bull, but it's a huge market, especially the way these EV companies are branching off into energy and how we store energy. And, there's certainly more room for one. So this could be a pretty good opportunity. Keep in mind, it is speculative. It is pre-merger. They have not sold the car yet, but they are planning to get to market by this summer. So that's the rumor. That's kind of what's fueling this. That's what's fueling the speculation behind this, is the fact that they want to get to market by summer and start selling cars, and they want to be public by April, May. Before that. So some things I thought interesting. President Biden was inaugurated today. We know his clean energy platform. We know EVs are going to boom. We've been seeing that the last couple months. I expect that throughout the year. Lucid Motors is in a little bit better of a position than a lot of these other EV startups. Like Fisker, and they use other companies to build their cars, and they have some challenges. A lot of these EV companies have challenges in their battery technology, efficiency, manufacturing. All that. Prototypes are one thing, and getting to market is a totally different thing. Look at the Nikola Badger, right? The prototype made the stock run all the way up to $90 or whatever it was, $80, and today it's an $18 stock. So keep that in mind. These investments are risky. They will be very volatile. So this should also be viewed as a way to get into a great company in its infancy. So it could be an asset. Lucid Motors is just completed a $700 million plant in Arizona. Their marks are they hope to sell 30,000 vehicles in 2021. A little bit of background on Lucid Motors. The company CEO is Peter Rawlings. He was the chief engineer of the Tesla Model S. He left the company about 10 years ago. He's been with Lucid. He was just recently promoted to CEO. He's been hyping this company up. Lucid has poached several Tesla employees along the way. Peter Hochlinger is a manufacturing executive, one that really interested in that drew my interest because that's where the real problem is. The winners and losers in the EV sector right now are going to be decided on that level. So I believe Lucid Motor has an edge on a lot of the other startups with their homegrown philosophy. That plant and it went up very fast, very impressive. They're looking to move pretty quickly. I've seen as quickly as a couple of years down the road, their targets move pretty fast. They plan on selling 400,000 cars by 2023, 2024. There's a couple of things you should be asking yourself about some of these EV startups or that companies that are in the early stages. You got to look at their battery technology. Lucid has great battery technology comparable to Tesla's. They say better. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. I don't want my audience thinking that and people saying that. I don't know that. They're claiming their battery tech is better than Tesla's. They're following the same model as Tesla by making their own plants, keeping all that in-house. They have a battery deal with LG Chemical. They also have, which is very interesting, and this is a question that you got to ask yourself with all these EV companies is, Tesla's supercharge network is a huge advantage for them. How what is an alternative? How is Fisker going to handle that? How is, QuantumScape going to handle that? If you're an investor in any EV company, you should be asking yourself that. Why I think Lucid has an advantage in that area as well. And when I say an advantage, I don't mean an advantage over Tesla. They have a long way to go before they're anywhere near Tesla. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're the Tesla killer. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm a Tesla bull. I'm just measuring them up to the best. Tesla is the clear market leader in this sector, and it should be the marker which all other EVs are judged. And if they can't match up to Tesla, in any way, shape, or form, why would I bother investing in them? That's kind of my philosophy. That's why I never really jumped on the NIO bandwagon or the Fisker bandwagon or any EV bandwagon. I didn't jump on any of them. I didn't talk about any of them on my channel just because I believe Tesla is the only company in this entire industry that is worth it. But as I'm looking at Lucid, if they can hit these marks, because they have an advantage over the rest, I believe. I'm gonna go over why. If you're still watching, smash that like button and subscribe for future content, especially if you find anything of value in this video. And although it is pre-revenue, I do think they have an advantage over some of the other EV companies, like their battery deal with LG Chem and their partnership with Electrify America. So they don't have to build the supercharge network. That's a big advantage for Tesla, the supercharge network. And Lucid has the deal with Electrify America. So you won't have to wait for this long layout or this long infrastructure to be built throughout the United States or wherever you are. So I do have some question marks. Obviously, they haven't sold their vehicle yet, which I want to see how that goes. I want to keep an eye on the numbers to see. But if there's a definitive agreement, I may trade this stock. The questions I want answered, though, if I'm going to invest, like as a long-term investment or hold this stock and put significant money into it, I have to know a couple of things. I got to keep an eye on their autonomous technology. I know it's called the Dream Drive. I know they're using forward LiDAR, but there isn't a lot of information online. Maybe they could clarify. Maybe some of that will get cleared up in the S1. And I also want to know and see, some of these sales and marks. I want to see the pre-sales. I want to see, if they hit that 30,000 mark this year. So those are questions that I definitely want answered before I invest, a significant amount of money. As of right now, this is strictly a gamble. We don't even know if Lucid is definitively merging with CCIV. But if they do, I wanted you guys to be ready. I wanted my audience to be ready to know what it was, and to be, have at least a base of what was going on here. Now I want to take a look. These cars are very sharp. In the interior and exterior, this is more of like an alternative to like Mercedes or an Audi. This is like higher. On the screen, you see here the models. The Air Pure. It can go anywhere. It's 69,900. The Air Touring is 87,500. The Air Grand Touring is 131,000, and the Air Dream Edition is 161,500. They're also working on a Lucid Gravity that would be an SUV. We wouldn't see that until 2024. But I wanted you to look at these cars. They're very good-looking cars, futuristic looking. The interior and exterior. If you want to go on the website and take a tour, if you will, of the car. You can see how sharp it is. The batteries are a little smaller, and they are comparable and technically more efficient than the Tesla batteries. They get more range, and they do have the fast charging. I do want some more answers though before I start comparing them to Teslas. Remember, they haven't sold any vehicles yet at all. And if you take a look at, the range of specs, this one has a 406 mile projected range with 480 horsepower, and it will be available in early 2022. And like we touched on earlier in the video, this is going to be the first model. This will be in spring 2021. So this is the first car to market, which is the highest, the highest model. And then they will progressively get cheaper. Peter Rawlings, company CEO, had said the technology is groundbreaking and they will be the first one to get to market with a $25,000 electric car. I don't know if that's if he's trying to just hype it up, or I don't know what to take seriously. But again, I just wanted to put this one on your radar. If you do see in the news that there is a definitive agreement between Lucid Motors and CCIV, and you liked what you've seen in this video, go ahead and buy it. If you buy it before that, it is nothing short of a gamble. This stock will go back down to $10 if this deal falls apart. And it probably will continue to trend down until there is an announcement. Also keep that in mind. So, I don't know. If the deal goes through, I could possibly trade this stock. But I want to read the S1. I want to see some of the numbers, especially the pre-orders. So I'm still up in the air, because a lot of it is speculative. They have to hit these marks. But out of all the other EV companies besides Tesla, this is the best one that I found. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Subscribe for future content. Let's talk stocks down below in the comment section. And remember, I am not a financial advisor. Thank you for watching.